This weekend, mystery fans take over Kitsap County for a weekend of true crime. West Sound Crime Con is a 3-day event packed with chilling stories and compelling conversations. The mastermind behind it, New York Times best-selling author Greg Olson. Greg's work has long spotlighted the darker corners of the Pacific Northwest, and he joins me now to discuss his new adventure. Welcome back to New Day, we should say.
Glad to be back.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great to have you. You know, I am someone who loves your books and loves crime. And we talked about how early I started in my love of that.
That was Helter Skelter, you told me.
Helter Skelter. I know my parents forbid me from reading it, so that's what a flashlight and late at night
That's right.
when they go to bed is
We
for.
all start somewhere.
I know. And you started with the book Carrie, which
That's
I think
right.
is fascinating, Stephen King. Well, what sparked the idea, though, for this event?
I thought of, the changes in true crime, because I started a long time ago. I started in my 30s and now I'm in my mid-60s. So I started a long time ago when it was all true crime books, right?
Right.
And then it changed. It changed to TV, and now we're in the era of podcasts, where the podcast medium brings a lot more conversation.
It does.
And I thought, well, let's do some kind of event that brings people together, the fans of true crime and mystery and even paranormal. So that's what we're doing this weekend.
Why do you think true crime has just gotten more and more popular?
Why do you love it, Susie?
Okay, well, this is going to sound awful.
No, it won't.
I love a dead body.
Okay, well, that does sound bad.
I told you. I mean, I love reading about it. I love the detective part of it,
Right.
the figuring it out. There's also probably a salacious part.
There's a little bit of that, but I think, like, among my readers, I think mostly people want to read these books or hear these stories because they're so appalled and shocked that that kind of thing goes on, because it is the farthest thing removed from their own lives and their own experience. So they, women are my readers, like 99% of them.
Really?
Yes. And younger women now have kind of taken over because I think there is that fascination with the dark side, and why did he do that to her?
Right.
And how do I stop that from happening to me?
Okay, so there's a sense of I feel safe, but I also need to know how to stay safe.
Yeah, but maybe she felt safe too. What happened to her? And that's what the interest is, I think.
So forget about what I said about the dead
No, the dead
bodies.
body's okay. That says a lot about you.
We don't have enough time to go into that. All right, tell me about some of the speakers at CrimeCon.
Yeah, we have a great lineup. It's over 3 days.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of great authors. We've got Rebecca Morris. She's going to be talking about the Kyron Horman case. We have a guy named James Renner. He's well known in the podcast world, and he's coming to talk about some things. We have a detective, Lindsay Waite, who solved a case, the Jennifer Bastian case down in Tacoma. It was a very cold case. Through DNA, she solved it. So, I mean, there's a lot of people. Ann Brimner, our local lawyer, she's been on this show a lot of times. So she's off in New York doing something right now, but she'll be there for CrimeCon, and we're excited about it.
Oh, wow. I'm excited. Just, talking about it, you can feel this. Okay, the event kicks off Friday, August 1st, which is also the day that you're releasing your new book. Tell us about Out of the Woods.
Yeah, I mean, this is the hardest thing I've ever written. And I think if you read this book, it will be the most devastating read that you can imagine, because what happened to this girl, and we all know her. I mean, if you're from the Northwest, you know Shasta Groney.
Okay.
You know that case of her family was murdered. She and her brother were spirited away to the woods of Montana, where they were held captive. Now, she's a survivor. She gets, but he doesn't. Little Dylan doesn't make it. And this book is about her journey of trying to not be that girl. Think about that.
Wow, the 48 days, but I think you were saying that that's just where it's the start almost, because then she had to survive.
I think her story, people say, oh, she's safe and she's well, and we're so happy, we're overjoyed. She was rescued at a Denny's by a waitress, right? But that is just the beginning, and this recovery has been going on for 20 years.
So what drew you to Shasta's story and the connection that you have?
Yeah, I mean,
how did that come about?
I mean, if you saw that video and when it happened, when you saw her in that convenience store, this little lost girl, and your heart, if you have kids, even if you don't have kids, your heart just gets tugged super hard. And that's what got me.
So that led to her rescue, as someone saw her in that convenience store.
That's right.
Wow.
I mean,
that's chilling, actually, just looking at
she's there with the monster right there, and of course he's dead now. Joseph Edward Duncan, who's the killer, he's dead. He died in prison of a brain cancer. But her life still goes on, and her struggles still go on.
What was it like working with her to tell that story? It was so painful and still so full of trauma for her.
I mean, I could cry on cue right now when I think about it, the stuff that she told me. There were things that she would talk about that I couldn't even ask a follow-up question to because I just didn't want to know. It was that bad.
Wow.
But she was so honest. There's something about Shasta that people may not know is that even though she's been through so much, she is a hopeful person. You know, she has an outlook that is always looking that something could be better and that her life could be better. So even though she's been dealt a terrible hand, she's not done.
Where is she today?
Well, she lives in the Boise area. She's got 5 kids. And her story has not been, since this has not been good. Her husband's in prison, so she's got that. She's had some scrapes with the law too, where she's been, in jail and things like that. She's had it really, really
Understandable.
rough. But I want you to know, she still is a lovely person.
Yeah.
She still is somebody that if you knew her, you would be glad to know her.
I can feel that the kind of passion for telling her story. Was it tough from a responsibility standpoint to be able to tell her story?
The reason she wanted me to tell her story was she said, no one has ever listened to me. People think they know my story or bits and pieces of it. Even her own father wouldn't listen to what happened to her. And, so she said, I really need somebody to just listen and get it all out. Because everybody would say to her, oh, that's too bad. I don't want to hear anymore. That's not good. I don't want to hear that. And that's what we did. So it was tough.
And you're going to be talking about this book more at the event. How can people find out more about it?
Yeah, well, the book is available everywhere for sure on Friday. I'm doing an event with Andrea Dunlop at the Bainbridge Island.
We love Andrea.
Performing Arts. Yeah, Andrea's going to be there. So I'm glad you know her. We're going to do an in conversation there. And then on Saturday, we have the big event, Pacific Northwest Unsolved, with a whole panel of great people at the Admiral Theater in Bremerton.
All right. And this is a book that's really going to be important
I think
to her
so.
and to other people to tell it. So
I tell
thank you for sharing.
It's all about trauma. We got to know it doesn't end.
Absolutely. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Susie.